Okay, this comparison is of Henry Weinhardt's, Hank's, Gene Simmons, Moneybag, was it Johnny Ryan? I forgot. Yeah, the Johnny Ryan and Gale's root beers. And they're all just regular root beers. They don't have anything weird in them. I believe this one, and I think this one. Wait, no, maybe it's not that one. Oh, these two. These two are kosher. But otherwise, aside from variances in ingredients, they're all the same. And so what we're going to do is my son and I are going to, and this is my son, Iregi.
Um, I am excited to try these root beers and sarsaparillas.
He's
I hope
excited
they're
about excited about having root beer. He's not excited about doing this video.
I hope they're tasty.
But he agreed to do it, which is great. I'm very happy that he's joining me with this. So we'll do it together, just tasting it, and then we're going to do a blind taste test to find out which of the five is really the king. We'll be considering carbonation, sweetness, and flavor. Okay, so the Blitz Weinhard Gourmet Soda Company makes Henry Weinhard's root beer, natural and artificial flavors. Gourmet soda made with cane sugar. How unfortunate. And like I said, this is kosher. The ingredients are carbonated water, cane sugar, natural and artificial flavor, caramel color, sodium benzoate, and phosphoric acid. And Hank's Genuine Gourmet Philadelphia Recipe Root Beer. And this one has got filtered carbonated water, cane sugar, caramel color, natural and artificial flavor, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, yucca extract, citric acid, and gum acacia. And Gene Simmons, which I think is the Gene Simmons of Kiss's, the glam rock group. Gene Simmons Moneybag Root Beer. I guess French would be a Racinet. Racinet. Okay. With cane sugar also. Let's see. And the ingredients are carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid, sodium benzoate, natural flavor, and caramel color. So that's pretty simple. And then we've got Johnnie Ryan Delicious Root Beer, or Racinet. And this one has got carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid, sodium benzoate, natural and artificial flavor, caramel color. And finally, Gale's root beer, which actually has a little story about her getting the dog in Europe, in England specifically, and coming back to the U.S. and making root beer for her restaurants. I have no idea who Chef Gale Gand is, but it's cinnamon, ginger, vanilla flavored. So this one's going to be a little bit different. Carbonated water, cane sugar, caramel color, natural and artificial flavoring, cinnamon, ginger, vanilla extract, phosphoric acid, potassium sorbate, and potassium benzoate. Well, where would you like to start, son?
Just go from left to right.
All right, here we go. That was very easy to open. Not a ton of carbonation, but not weak either. It's rather on the sweet side. Nice smooth flavor. Now I'm gonna clean my palate. And would you like to try?
Yeah, sure.
You want me to hold that?
It's got a nice flavor, strong. A lot of carbonation, not too sweet. I'd probably give it an 8.5.
I'll give it
Yes.
I'm not as generous as you are. I'll give it a 7. And now Hank's Gourmet Genuine. About the same amount of carbonation, I'd say. Or maybe a bit more. This one, the flavor is a little bit different. Not quite as sweet. I think I actually like this one better than the Henry Weinhard's. Yeah. There's a little teeny bit of tartness, I think.
More carbonation. Same flavor. A little bit sweeter.
I think you forgot to clean your palate there, kiddo. Take another taste.
It's very nice. Though a tiny bit too sweet, I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay. I'm going to give this one a 7.5. Don't forget to clean your palate. All right, next up is Gene Simmons Money Bag root beer. Ooh, wow. It's smoking. Definitely more carbonation. It has a sweeter flavor, almost like a honey-ish flavor. It's nice, but it's a little bit too sweet for me. And I don't really prefer it to taste like honey. So I don't know. I'll give this one a 6. Oops, sorry.
Different flavor.
Yeah. More carbonation, would you say?
Yeah, definitely more carbonation. Less sweet.
Opposite of what I said.
It's got more of a vanilla kind of taste. I would probably give it an 8. Nothing special. It's nice though.
And now on to Johnnie Ryan's root beer. This one has also got more carbonation, less sweetness. There's a zestiness to the flavor that really appeals to me. Yeah. I think I really like this one the most so far of the 5. Well, obviously I haven't tried Gale's, but I would say I would give this one, I'll give this an 8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
After every sip, there bubbles. There's so much carbonation, it just bubbles up a lot. It's got a nice flavor, a little bit more varied than the first two. A little bit sweeter, and I really like the large amount of carbonation.
What about, how do you feel about the flavor? Did you notice that it's different?
Yeah, it's varied. I said it's varied a little bit from the first two.
And is that a good difference for you or bad?
It's nice. It's very nice. I'd give it a 9. my favorite so far. Yeah.
And I've never even heard of Johnny Ryan or his root beer. Next up, and the last one for now, Gale's. Ooh, it's bubbling up. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's really interesting. Mm. Mm. Now I'm going to say that this is a very, as different as Johnny Ryan's is, this one is even more different in terms of flavor. It's really nice. I can't quite say that it's like a root beer, but I can say that it is very enjoyable.
Wow, that is a lot of flavors just popping off in your mouth.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. You know, as a root beer, I can't say that, but just on its own merits, I think it's a 9.
It's very flavorful, very tasty, and it's very complex, and I really like that. Not too carbonated, about the same as the first one, I would say, and it has a very nice sugar amount of sweetness, I should say.
Yeah.
Probably give this a 9.5. It's very nice. I especially like all of the flavors just hitting you at once.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. So now we're going to do the blind taste test. Do you want to go first or should I?
You should.
I should, okay. He's going to set up, he's going to rearrange them. He's going to set them up. He's going to pour them one by one with my eyes closed. I won't cheat, don't worry. And then I will give my opinion for each of them. And I'll have to write it down, otherwise I'm going to forget while I'm doing it. But yeah, it should be interesting. Hold on. All right. I think the hardest thing about this is all about burping. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 has the most residual suds. Then number 1 and then number 5. 2 and 3 don't have any suds. I just think that's interesting. It's a fairly standard root beer flavor. It's nice. Sweet enough. Or I would say I'm glad it's not any sweeter than it is, though. I'll give that one a 6.5. Bottoms up. I want to say that this is Johnny Ryan's. It's got a lot of flavor to it, and it's not too sweet. But again, I'm glad it's not sweeter than it is. I'm gonna give that one 7.5. Nah, I'll give it an 8. This has got to be Gale's. Yeah. It's almost a licoricey flavor. Is that Gale's? Am I getting this wrong?
I'm telling you.
I'm going to give that one a 9. And now the super sudsy one. This is Money Bag. It's got that honey flavor. And I'm gonna give that one a 6. I'm not really into honey in my flavor for my root beer. And last but not least, maybe. This one's got a vanilla flavor. I'm going to give that one a 7. I'm going to say that one is the Henry Weinhard. So, which one did I miss?
The first one.
The first, no, this I said that was this one, the Henry Weinhard. I'm trying to remember what Hank's. I'm going to say this is Hank's. So yeah. So my favorite one was the number 3, which I think is the Gale's. Let's see what is behind the barrier. All right. No, come over here so they can see. Oh my God! I was drinking Vitafusion Badia and cherry nectar beverage and vitamin D3. Huh. So I got this one right. It was Hank's. And I got this one right. That it's Johnnie Ryan's. I got this one right. That it was Gale's. I got this one wrong. This one's Henry Weinhardt. And this one is Gene Simmons. So, if I remember correctly, though, my ratings are pretty similar to what they were before, as far as how much I liked each of these. So I'm pleased that my blind taste test was fairly consistent with what I said earlier. So let's set it up for you now. And here he comes.
All right.
Okay, so we can see suds in number 1, more in number 2, none in number 3, a little bit in number 4, and even less in number 5. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Have you got your water ready?
Yep. All right.
No wasting time there. You can write down your scores too and what your guess is for the soda.
Vanilla flavor. I think it's
What's your score first?
Oh, right. I'm gonna give that an 8.5.
Okay. Gonna write it down? And which one do you think it is?
I think it's John Ryan.
Okay. What do you think about that one?
Strange. I like it. Bit too sweet though. Nice amount of carbonation. I'll probably give it an 8 because it's too sweet.
You're so generous. Okay, what do you think it is? You gonna write it?
I think it's Money Bag.
Okay.
Definitely Gale.
Okay.
I can taste the ginger. Team scores last time 9.5.
Okay. 2 more to go. So?
Very nice. Not too sweet, not too carbonated, but a little bit too not root beerish, I should say. It's got a nice varied flavor. I would give it a 7.5.
Okay. And which one did you think that was?
I'm not quite sure. I think though that it's Hank's.
Okay. Well, last one.
Very sweet. A little too uncarbonated.
Well, they're all kind of weak on the carbonation now.
Bit too sweet.
And the flavor?
It's nice. Common root beer flavor. It's the guy that was in Kiss.
Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons, yeah. I think that's him.
Okay, so you have identified 2 different sodas as being the same one.
No.
Moneybags is the one from Gene Simmons.
Oh. Wow.
So which one is Moneybags and which one is something else?
I might have to go with Gene Simmons with this one. And I'll give it an 8.
All right. It's funny because you said it's a common root beer flavor, and I said the exact same thing about the 5th soda. You ready to unveil it?
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got. So the first one was Johnnie Ryan. Number 2 was Henry Weinhard. Number 3 was Gale's. Number 4. Oh, sorry, no, this was not Johnny Reinhardt. This one is what? Moneybags. This one's Gene Simmons, and this one is Johnnie Ryan. And here's Hank's, the common root beer flavor.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So does that kind of surprise you that your results were different from before for some of them?
No, it was the same as the last comparison we did. For some reason, the blind taste test was different.
Yeah.
It was strange.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I think we both agree though that the most enjoyable one is Gale's, and then for a pure root beer flavor, I think the most enjoyable one, I think we both agree, is Johnnie Ryan. Sorry. And the Moneybags, I'm not a fan of it. It's too honeyish. But I
got
think
Gale right.
Yeah, well, that's easy.
Gale is that it's very easy to tell that.
Yeah, It's super
you can
easy.
Single it out pretty easy.
So did you also agree with me that these two were the best?
Yes.
And which one did you think was the worst?
I think it's gotta be Hank's.
Hank's, yeah. It's just commonplace.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not really impressed with either of those two. I mean, honestly, really, the only two that I was impressed with were the Gales and the Johnnie Ryan. So fantastic! Thanks so much for joining me on this comparison.
It was much for the taste.
Yeah, you love root beer just like me. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.